A warm welcome to you, children. I welcome you all to this English class. Let us learn Chapter 3 Discovering Tut. The saga continues by A.R. Williams. First, let us learn about the author. A.R. Williams lives in Virginia Beach, VA. She developed a love for reading at a very young age, and in the fourth grade, when an assignment to write their own works of fiction was given, it occurred to her that she too could have the ability to craft tales for others to enjoy. Let us have a short introduction about the lesson. Tut died than 3,300 years ago. He was teenage ruler of a powerful family that had ruled Egyptian empire for centuries. He ruled for about 9 years and then died unexpectedly. His tomb was discovered and investigated in 1922 by the British archaeologist Howard Carter. Later, it was taken out again for CT scan to solve the mystery of his death. The mummy was scanned after 1,000 years to find a cause of its untimely death, but technology hasn't been able to give us a definite answer to Tut's death. However, it has given us a direction to think and proceed. Let us look at the summary of the chapter. The lesson describes the historical archaeological event that took place on January 5, 2005. The remains of King Tut, an Egyptian ruler, were brought out of the burial chamber for CT scan. Tut, the last ruler of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt, died when he was only a teenager. His tomb was discovered by 1922 by Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, and King Tut's body was found amazingly intact. King Tut had died under mysterious circumstances and no one knew the cause of his death. On January 5th at 6 p.m., King Tut was taken out from his tomb after 3,300 years. Then his body was put under a CT scan. In 1968, an anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and it was found that the breastbone and the front ribs were missing from Tut's body. But today, there is a complete revolution in the investigation field with the invention of CT scan. King Tut's mummy was one of the first to undergo this investigation. The research team was trying to find out answers to two very crucial questions. How did Tut die? How old was he at the time of his death? Thousands of tourists from around the world had come to visit the tomb and pay their respects to the departed king. Some visitors felt that the pharaoh curse might fall upon those who disturbed him. Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egyptian Supreme Council of Antiques, said the mummy was in very bad shape. He held Howard Carter responsible for it. Tut's tomb had the richest royal collection ever of artifacts in gold, and it had created a sensation at the time of discovery. Everyday things were also found along with the tomb: board games, a bronze razor, linen undergarments, cases of food and wine, etc. Carter had put back the treasures and he investigated the 3 nested coffins. The first layer contained a shroud adorned with garlands of willow, olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, and cornflowers. When Carter tried to move the mummy, he couldn't, as it was cemented to the bottom of his coffin. Carter realized it could only be cut off from beneath before the king's remains could be moved. So, to save his remains from being vandalized by thieves, Carter had to remove Tut's head and severed nearly every joint. The remains were laid on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding that concealed the damage. Now, the scientists were more interested in the detail of Tut's life and his death than the treasures found in his tomb. Tut's demise was a big event. With him died a great dynasty. Amenhotep III, Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful pharaoh. So was his son Amenhotep IV. He did some strange things, changed his name, his god, and even his religious capital from Thebes to Akhenaten. His successor, Asmenker, appeared briefly and was succeeded by the boy King Tut, who changed his name to Tutankhamun and reigned for only 9 years. King Tut's mummy was among the 600 recorded with the Egyptian Mummy Project. After detailed scanning of the mummy from head to toe, it was taken back to his original coffin where he had been laid by funerary priests long ago. Astonishing images of Tut have been captured on a computer screen. Tutankhamun, the 11th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt, is famous due to the discovery of his completely intact tomb by the British archaeologist Howard Carter in 1922. Let us see the family history. Tut was a teenage heir to the royal throne of Egypt. The family had ruled Egypt for centuries, but Tut died young. He was the last of the family line. His father or grandfather, Amenhotep III, was a powerful pharaoh who ruled for almost 40 years. His son, Amenhotep IV, succeeded him, but he shocked the country by attacking Amun, a major god, smashing his images and closing all his temples. His family had ruled for centuries before the boy king Tut took over. However, Tut ruled for 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Let us go on to the summary of the chapter. Death of King Tut. King Tut was a teenager when he died. He was the last heir of the powerful dynasty who ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was buried and forgotten over the years. But after the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world wondered about the cause of his untimely death. He was brought out of his tomb, and recently a CT scan was done to ascertain the reason of his death. Now, Howard Carter's investigations. The mummy of King Tut, at 6 p.m. on 5th January 2005, the world's most famous mummy was taken out from its burial tomb. As the mummy of King Tut was being put into the scanner for performing a CT scan, angry winds stirred and dark clouds covered the stars. The weather had been overcast all day, and the night sky was hidden by dark bellied clouds. The CT scan was being done to unearth the remaining medical mysteries that surrounded the untimely death of this young king who died more than 3,300 years. King Tut's tomb lies 26 feet underground in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of Kings. Tourists from around the world came to visit the tomb to to pay their respects. They gazed at the murals on the wall of the burial chamber and looked at King Tut's gilded face on the lid of his outer coffin. The visitors were curious and thoughtful, so feared the Pharaoh's curse would befall those who disturbed him. Howard Carter was a British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered King Tut's tomb. After years of futile searching, its contents remain the royal's richest collection ever found. There were dazzling works of art in gold that had caused a sensation then and continued to draw people's attention every day King Tut was buried, and also with everyday things such as board games, bronze racer, cases of food, cloths, wine, etc., that would need the life after death. Zahia was Secretary General of Egypt, Supreme Council of Antiques, explained that the mummy was in a very bad condition because of what Howard Carter did to it. However, Howard Carter found King Tut's body in three nested coffins. In the first coffin, he found a shroud decorated with garlands of willow and olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, and cornflowers, which indicated that the burial took place in March or April. When he finally reached the mummy, he ran into trouble. The ritual resin had hardened, cementing King Tut to the bottom of the solid gold coffin. Centuries passed. In the year 1920, an archaeologist, Howard Carter, discovered this tomb after 3,300 years of Tut's burial. Carter was a British citizen and therefore he did not have the beliefs of the Egyptians. The Egyptians never tried to go near the Tut's tomb because they had feared that going near Tut's tomb was disastrous. It could invite the Pharaoh's curse. Like other British citizens, Carter also believed that it was just a superstition to keep thieves away from the tomb. And from the enormous wealth buried with the little pharaoh. Anyway, Carter was not scared. He decided to take Tut's body out. Howard Carter took out the body after severing. Howard Carter had to chisel out King Tut's mummy. Howard Carter tried to loosen the resins, so putting the mummy outside in the sun that heated it up to 149 degrees Fahrenheit. For several hours, the mummy was set outside in the blazing sunshine, but nothing happened. He reported that the tough material that had to be cut from under the limbs and trunk to free the king's remains. The royals in King Tut's time believed that they could take it fortune with them after death. Hence, King Tut was buried with all his expensive belongings. To separate King Tut from his ornaments, Howard Carter's men removed the mummy head and cut off nearly every major joint and then reassembled the remainings of the body on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding. But taking King Tut's body wasn't that easy. Carter and his team broke the three gold coffins one after the another. Finally, they broke the innermost coffin and saw the dried, hard body of Tut. It was really wonderful to see the dead body of a 3,300-year-old mummy and to know for sure that his name was Tutankhamun. He then decided to take the body out of the coffin, but soon realized that it was not so easy because the body had got hardened with the resins and separating the body from the coffin was impossible. But Carter could not think of leaving the body there. He feared the thieves could destroy the mummy for stealing the valuable wealth inside. So Carter decided to cut Tut's body into pieces. Tut's mummy was x-rayed and they found a missing bone. Archaeology has changed since then, focusing less on treasures and more on fascinating details of life and fascinating mysteries of death. It also uses more sophisticated tools. In 1968, more than 40 years after Carter's discovery, an anatomy professor x rayed the mummy and revealed an astonishing fact that beneath the resin that caked Tut's chest, his breastbone and front ribs were missing. King Tut's demise was a big event, but even by royal standards, he was the last ruler of his family. His funeral meant the end of a royal dynasty, but the facts of his death and its consequences are unclear. After some years, probably after Carter's death, a doctor performed an X-ray and found out that one of the Tut's bone was missing from the reassembled body. How did it happen? No one knew. Years passed, and archaeologists and scientists performed a number of studies and experiments. Tut and his ancestors and his body was scanned. Tut's father or grandfather, Amenhotep III, was a powerful king and ruled for almost 4 decades. His son Amenhotep IV succeeded him. He was a very strange king. He promoted the worship of Aten, the sun disk, and changed his name to Akhenaten. He moved the religious capital from Thebes to Akhenaten and now known as Amarna. He shocked the country by attacking the major god Amun, by breaking his images and closing down his temples. Ray Johnson, director of University of Chicago Research Center in Luxor, called this king very odd. He said it must have been a terrible time for the people because the family that had ruled for centuries was coming to an end. After Akhenaten's death, Smakhare, a mysterious ruler, ruled for a brief period and departed, and hardly any sign. It was then that a very young king, Tut, took over the throne. The boy soon changed his name to Tutankhamun, known as King Tut today. He oversaw revival of the old ways. King Tut ruled for 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Today, the CT scan took hundreds of X-rays and creates 3-dimensional images of the body. Tut's mummy was put into CT scanner on 5th January 2005 to answer 2 questions. How did he die? And how old was he at the time of his death? King Tut was one of the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life. The process took less than 3 hours. The pharaohs were taken back in the tomb again. The CT scan dispelled all doubts. Nothing had gone seriously wrong. Tut is resting in peace in his tomb in the valley of the departed kings of Egypt. The modern world has turned impossibilities to possibilities. Williams' report gives an insight into this. The mummy scanned after 1,000 years had opened new avenues regarding the cause of his death, but technology hasn't been able to give us a definite answer to Tut's death. King Tut is one of the mummy among many mummies in Egypt. No one knew how many mummies are there in Egypt. The Egyptian Mummy Project has recorded almost 600 and still is counting. King Tut's mummy was the first mummy to be CT scanned to ascertain the secret of his death by a portable scanner donated by National Geographical Society and Siemens. King Tut's entire body was scanned. On the night of the scanning, workmen carried his tomb and rose it in a hydraulic lift into a trailer and held the scanner. However, initially, the costly scanner could not function, probably because of sand in the air cooler fan. But soon, all the hurdles were crossed, and after the scan, the king was returned to his coffin to rest in peace. The CT scan showed an astonishing image of King Tut and his entire body very clearly. It showed a grey head, neck vertebrae, a hand, several images of a rib cage, and the section of the skull. Was relieved that nothing had seriously gone wrong. As the technicians left the trailer, they saw the star constellation which the ancient Egyptians knew as the soul of Osiris, the god of afterlife. They felt as if the god was watching over the body of the young king. However, it gives us a direction to think and proceed. Maybe in future, technology would solve it for us. Let us recapitulate the chapter. Tutankhamun, King Tut, died as a teenage pharaoh and was buried laden with gold. He was the last king of a powerful family that ruled Egypt for centuries. On 5th January 2005, his mummy was brought out of his tomb and a CT scan was done to ascertain the reason of his death. Multitudes of tourists from around the world came to visit the tomb to pay their respects. Zahi was Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiques, said that the mummy was in very bad condition because of what Carter did to it. Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 and investigated its contents. Carter faced difficulty in extracting the mummy out of the coffin. The ritual resin had hardened, resulting in cementing King Tut's mummy to the bottom of its gold coffin. Howard Carter tried to loosen the resin using the sun, but in vain. His men thus removed the mummy's head and cut off nearly every major joint before reassembling it. In 1968, an anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. He claimed that the breastbone and front ribs of the mummy was missing. Amenhotep III, King Tut's father, was a powerful king, was succeeded by Amenhotep IV, who promoted the worship of Aten, the sun disk, and changed his name to Akhenaten. He made some changes, and King Tut's mummy was one of the first mummies to be scanned. The CT scan shows a grey head, neck vertebrae, a hand, several images of the rib cage, and a section of the skull. Zahi was relieved to find out nothing had gone seriously wrong with the mummy. After their observations, when they left, the wind had stopped and there was a complete silence. Just above the entrance to King Tut's tomb, Orion, the constellation, was watching over the boy king. You can find the image of King Tut here, and it is a curse because he died very young, bringing down a whole dynasty to an end. And we find the coffin of King Tut. You can find the coffins there, which is laden with gold. And some of the artifacts. This is inside a tomb where we find a lot of, as how he lived a rich pharaoh. The same was after life also for him. After the burial of King Tut, we find a tomb which was very beautifully decorated with artifacts. Some of King Tut's artifacts are all these things. And this is King Tut's body. The scanning was going on for King Tut. Again, he was reconstructed. So, recapitulating the chapter again, discovering Tut, the saga continues, describes the boy king, King Tut, who was the last heir of a very powerful family that ruled Egypt for centuries. It also describes how CT scan of King Tut's mummy revealed interesting but startling facts about him. Choose the right meanings. I want you to find out the meanings for all these things: antiques, cemetery, artifacts, resurrection, pallbearers. Find out the meanings for all these things because you are going to write MCQ as answers. You will never write question and answers, children. All you are going to write as MCQs, which you are going to mark in OMR sheets. So start learning the meanings for all these words. And let us have a quick look at the summary. King Tut, the last heir of a powerful kingdom, was just a teenager when he died. He was the last heir of his family. This dynasty was very powerful. It ruled Egypt for centuries. He was laid to rest in grave laden with gold. Finally, he was forgotten. His tomb was discovered in 1922. It aroused the curiosity or the people to know about it. His dead body had to undergo a CT scan. It offers a new clues about his life after death. King Tut's mummy undergoes a CT scanner. Tut's mummy is the most famous gilded head in the world. He died more than 3,300 years ago. A large number of tourists around the world gathered to see the rocket tomb. They gazed at the wall painting. They also saw Tut's gilded face and the outer coffin lid. Many pondered over his untimely death. The bad condition of the mummy's condition was really bad. Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, discovered Tut's tomb in 1992 after years of searching. Many things in gold were placed near his dead body. They were there to guarantee his rebirth. Tut was also buried with those everyday things that he would want in the afterlife: linen garments, cases of food and wine, etc. Carter's problem: Howard Carter found 3 nested coffins of Tut. He opened the first and found a shroud decorated with garlands of willow and olive and lotus petals. Carter ran into trouble when he finally reached the mummy. The ritual resin had hardened. Tut was cemented to the bottom of his gold coffin. Carter tried to loosen the resin by putting the mummy in blazing sunshine, but he failed. There he was to be removed by chisel. If he had to cut the mummy free, thieves would have cut it apart to remove the gold. Carter's men removed the mummy's head and severed almost every part and joint. Archaeology has changed a lot. It has acquired sophisticated tools. It adopts medical technology. Today, diagnostic imaging can be done through computed tomography or CT. Here, hundreds of X-rays create a 3-dimensional real body. They can answer how a man died and how old when he was at the time of his death. Young Tut or King Tut took the throne at a very young age. He was widely known as King Tut and ruled for about 9 years and restored old ways. He changed his name to Tutankhamun. He died unexpectedly. A CT machine scanned the mummy. From head to toe. It created about 1,700 digital X-ray images. His head was scanned in 0.62 millimeter slices. Workmen carried Tut from the tomb in his box, but the scanner didn't work due to sand going inside the machine. Perhaps it was a curse of the pharaoh, but the substitute fans helped to finish the whole process. Astonishing images. A technician pulled up wonderful image of Tut on a computer screen. His head and bones of the neck appeared quite clearly. Other images showed a hand and several views of the ribs and the skull. Everything went well. When they came down, the wind had stopped. Just above King Tut's tomb, a cluster of stars known as Orion watching over the boy king. Let us see the values highlighted in the chapter here. Perseverance and hard work. The chapter provides a deep insight into man's keen desire to know and analyze the roots of our civilization. It teaches how perseverance, patience, and hard work help man to solve the mysteries of the past and succeed in life. The chapter also throws light on how knowledge about the past helps to understand the world we live in. Respecting traditions, which is to be respected, a very important fact. It teaches the importance of learning valuable lessons from history and, more importantly, not repeating the mistakes made by our forefathers. Besides that, we should respect traditions and rituals and not follow them superstitiously. Further, the chapter teaches us about the importance of ancient monuments and scriptures and their contributions to our national wealth. Let us see the assignments. Write a factual description of King Tut's mummy and the funerary treasures found in his pyramid. Next, describe the scene when the visitors visit the Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of Kings. Let us look at the points to ponder. Tourists find King Tut's tomb very fascinating. Describe the tomb and its content in detail. Archaeology has changed substantially. Justify the statement by quoting from the text. Discuss the suitability of the title. Discovering Tut, the saga continues. Who was Amenhotep IV? Why does Ray Johnson describe him as wacky? Give a brief character sketch of Tut. So, children, I want you to do one important thing. Go through the lesson once, twice, thrice, and then come watch this video and audio. You will be able to understand the lesson better. Children, you are going to write in OMR sheets. You are going to choose the answers and write. So, learn the lesson thoroughly so that you'll be able to answer the OMR questions asked for you. And it will be as choose the answers where you have to learn the lesson very deeply. Thank you, children. Thank you.